So I think we all, or at least most of us, can agree that Miss Kayla Nicole definitely did her big one this Halloween. But there's a large portion of the American population that's feeling some type of way about Miss Kayla Nicole. So in this video, let's dig into it and talk about why America, specifically the Swifties and a certain demographic within America, hates women like Kayla Nicole. Kayla Nicole is a successful sports journalist, podcaster, and successful entrepreneur. She's also the ex-girlfriend of Taylor Swift's fiance/football player, Travis Kelce. And for over a year now, she's been getting bullied, harassed, and attacked online by Taylor Swift fans, the Swifties. But what makes this so wild is that Kayla hasn't done anything to provoke or deserve these attacks. She hasn't tried to break up Taylor Swift and Travis' relationship. She hasn't publicly badmouthed their relationship. So the obvious question is, why are so many Swifties hating on this woman and harassing her? Why do they dislike her so much? Well, I want to take the next few moments to decode what is happening. I want to look at the patterns, the psychology, and the conditioning behind the reactions that we're witnessing when it comes to Kayla Nicole and women like her, and what it reveals about us as a culture and a society. Because the reality is, this isn't just about Kayla Nicole. It's about her own. It's about how her story specifically exposes us and what's in our culture, and how we've been conditioned to see certain women. So let's begin by digging into this. Why do so many Swifties go out of their way to attack Kayla Nicole? The attacks have been disgusting, demeaning, subtly and explicitly racist. But Kayla isn't the first confident, self-assured woman to be irrationally attacked by the masses in our culture. These type of public attacks and hate trains are actually pretty common for women who look like Kayla Nicole. We've seen it with women like Meghan Markle, Shelly Besant from Love Island Season 7 USA. They have received similar online and unjustified harassment. When we look at the kind of hatred that's been directed toward these women, it seems illogical. But let's dig into and look at the psychology behind it. Because when we look at the psychology behind the irrational hatred that these women are receiving, it then begins to make perfect sense. See, women like Kayla Nicole disrupt expectations. Allow me to be very direct. Kayla Nicole is a beautiful, brown-skinned black woman. And for decades, we as a culture have been conditioned through media, television, magazines, reality shows, social media, to believe that women like Kayla Nicole are not the preference. That they're not at the top of the dating hierarchy or the beauty hierarchy. They're less desirable than other races of women. That women of other races will always be preferred over women like Kayla Nicole, especially by the most desired men in our society. So when a woman like Kayla Nicole is desired and pursued by the same men as America's darling Taylor Swift is, she disrupts the patterns and challenges what we've been taught to expect. When a beautiful, dark-skinned Haitian woman like Shelly Besant from Love Island Season 7 goes on a dating show and she is the most desired, most pursued woman on the show, she disrupts the audience's expectations. When a 30-something-year-old biracial divorcee gets married to someone in the royal family, she disrupts expectations. When a single mother who's been engaged with a womanizing rapper ends up getting married to a good guy, a quarterback football star like Sierra did, she disrupts expectations. And that disruption, it irritates the brain. It causes discomfort in some. Because our brains love patterns. It loves predictability. It wants to know what to expect. And when something or someone disrupts that, it can create an emotional response, one of frustration, annoyance, even anger. That's why when we hear the story of the beautiful Hollywood actress being cheated on by her husband with the homely looking nanny or waitress he met during his boys' night out, many women question angrily, why would he cheat with her? We do this because we've been conditioned to think that the pretty girl should never have to worry about the plain Jane girl taking her romantic partner. The pretty girl will always be preferred. This type of cheating scandal disrupts our expectations. So women like Kayla, Nicole, Sierra, Meghan Markle, Shelley, they disrupt the expectations that many people within our culture have internalized about who gets to be desired, who gets to be praised, who gets to belong, who gets to be the standard of beauty. It's why you have women responding angrily to Angel Reese walking in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. She disrupts their expectations around who gets to be deemed beautiful, sexy, and desirable. They're angry that Angel Reese, someone that they consider to be an average to less than average looking black woman, gets to be a Victoria model. But when average and less than average non-black women had been walking in the Victoria's Secret fashion show for years, they didn't have an issue with it. They came to expect that mediocre non-black women can be platformed and lifted up as the standard of beauty. It's the reason why whenever a plus-size woman or an older woman is featured on the cover of a magazine like Sports Illustrated, you get a certain segment of the population that has a problem with it. The Kayla Nicoles of the world haven't done anything to deserve the hate they receive. She just doesn't fit people's expectations. So now that we better understand the why behind the hate, and let me be clear, I'm not dismissing the role of misogyny, racism, colorism, anti-blackness, fat phobia, and other isms and phobias in why certain women received unjustified hate. I'm saying all those things contribute to the internalized expectations that these women are challenging and disrupting. But what do we do with this? How do we get better as a culture and as individuals? We have to start recognizing that we hold a set of expectations about certain people and certain women that has been shaped by what our culture has told us is beautiful, what's desirable, who deserves to be platformed, who deserves to be held up. All those things have come to shape our brain's expectations. And so when you find yourself being triggered by somebody and you really can't even logically explain why this person gets under your skin so much, ask yourself, is this person simply disrupting my expectations? Right? I refer to Love Island USA Season 7 so much because I feel like it has just so clearly highlighted a lot of things in our society that we often try to ignore and say that don't exist. But I'll refer to that show again and say there are people who to this day cannot stand Shelley and Alandria. And when you ask them why, their reasoning is so weak and flimsy. But at its core, it's just that these women really disrupted their expectations. That these women, who at best should have been side characters to someone like a Huda Mustafa, they were main characters, and they've come out and blew up and been superstars. And that disrupts people's expectations, and it is resulting in people lashing out angrily and saying things that just don't even make any logical sense, like, Alandria is just really jealous of so-and-so. Alandria is doing very well post Love Island. And even as much as people hate Shelley, she's doing good. So that's it. I just want to call it out and have a conversation around why I think, or one of the reasons why I think America hates women like Kayla Nicole. But kudos to Kayla Nicole, because I do think that she gave the ultimate clap back this weekend, and I love to see it.